Good Wednesday morning to you. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchich. This is your outlook for August 6th, 2014. We're going to have a cold front that's going to be pushing to the south today, and unfortunately for those of you who wanted summer after yesterday's warm temperatures, it is once again short-lived, and we're going to be going back down to below normal temperatures for a good portion of the upcoming week here. Here is the cold front that's going to be draped across basically extreme northern PA. It's going to be heading down to the southeast here today and pressing through the area, but unlike other cold fronts we've had that would give us some severe weather and things like that, it's basically cold fronts that we had that did that in the summer so far have been later in the day. This is coming a little bit earlier, so the daytime heating really can't get going. The exception to that will be right down here across Delaware, maybe extreme southern New Jersey, and back into Maryland here. I think those areas do stand a chance to get into at least isolated opportunities for severe weather, as there'll be more heating down in these areas here. So what we're basically thinking is that areas here in the central regions and even all down to southeast PA and northern New Jersey, those areas there will be dealing with some showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, firing ahead of that cold front. But it will be too much cloud cover early on and just not enough heating going on to allow it to be severe on a large scale. But we could have some gusty winds with it. There are some very favorable numbers here. We're going to head over to the NAM high-res future simulator radar. Here is a look at noon on Wednesday. You can see it's already initiating pretty far south here, and it's going to be kind of heading in an east-southeasterly direction. And cold front is, of course, sitting up here up here like this. So areas up here to the north, like around Scranton, Williamsport, State College, they're going to be stuck in the 70s today. So that's because the front will already be down far enough south where it's really not going to get above 80 degrees up in those areas. But the in-between areas will get into the 80s here until these storms arrive here and knock temperatures down a little bit. And then down here, from Baltimore and Washington over to, say, Dover and points to Delaware, you might even come close to hitting 90 degrees in some of these areas here. So because the front is going to be, this will be far enough south, these places will be far enough south of the front to allow that daytime heating to occur. And we're going to move this a little bit ahead of time here as soon as I get rid of this. Okay, and then we go a little bit ahead of time here. See, everything's moving in an east-southeasterly direction at this point. So you're looking at basically south-central PA, southeastern PA, and this is looking at 3 p.m. on Wednesday. And here's 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m. You see your bigger storms are down across the southern portion. So areas under the gun for severe, we think, are mainly across these areas here that's shown here. So maybe extreme southern PA, extreme southeastern PA, extreme southern New Jersey, and pretty much all of Delaware will be on the gun for, in our coverage area, will be under the gun for severe weather. And then further west, outside of our coverage area, down towards the Baltimore-Washington region, will also be experiencing that, we think, as you get later in the day. But this is also 6 p.m. You see everything elsewhere inland is already ending. So whatever went through here is pretty much comes to an end. And then this is 9 o'clock now. Everything's pretty much moving out at this point. Still some activity across Delaware at this point. So we're looking at, again, probably a better window to look at here is probably afternoon, maybe after 1, really, from 1 o'clock until about 6 for most of us. And then the areas down here in Delaware might hang out a little bit longer to those storms. Taking a sounding here out of Philadelphia, this is our choice area to take a look at here. And not looking at a lot of instability of these storms here, but the lapse rates are very, very good. So at least the lower level lapse rates are very good. So we could have some pulse type storms, and we're looking at some maybe some isolated gusts up to 50 miles per hour with those storms, and maybe a moderate amount of lightning. So not a tremendous amount of lightning with these storms, but there will be a moderate amount, and it could be some locally heavy downpours as well, especially the further south you go. And this sounding here out of Philadelphia is indicative of many of the soundings across our coverage area, at least in the central and southern portions. Let's go to the back of the Euro. We'll take a look at the rest of the week here. And this is looking at Thursday here. You see we do clear out nicely. Their high pressure is going to be sinking down to the southeast. And this high pressure is going to be sitting here and sitting here and sitting here. It's going to basically sit over the northeast here. Here's a look at the weekend. Here's Saturday morning. High pressure sitting right over top of us at this point. A system here was going to try to come toward us here, but because this high pressure is in place here, it's going to say nope, stay to the south, and this thing will just head out to sea like this. So it can't come up north here because the high pressure is sitting right over us, so blocks this system and keeps it to the south, and then it'll just harmlessly slide out to sea here off the Carolina coast here, while high pressure remains in control of our weekend weather. Reestablishes itself again on Monday, and then a system to the west here probably get in here the middle of next week. So you're really looking at a stretch from today being Wednesday until at least next Wednesday until you're looking at any precipitation. So a whole week will go by of partly to mostly sunny skies and temperatures that are slightly below to average normal temperatures. I'm trying to spit this out right. Normal temperatures for this time of year, or slightly below at times during that period, and then slightly moderating as we head into early next week. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is your outlook for August 6, 2014. Have a great Wednesday.